Skate Story is a fast, psychedelic, and surprisingly technical skating game set in actual hell. You play as a demon made out of glass and pain, and your goal is as simple as it is insane: to skate to the moon and eat it. And it only gets weirder from that point on. Hey folks, I'm Ash, and let me show you what Skate Story is about and whether it's actually worth your sanity. The thing that first drew me to Skate Story was its bizarre world, and now that I've actually played the demo, oh boy is it a doozy. Everything is a chaotic mess of random nonsense, yet somehow, beyond all reason, it makes a weird amount of sense. Like, of course there's a demigod running a gift shop. What else are you supposed to do when you're stuck in hell for all eternity? But what is hell even like? Well, it's not the traditional fire and brimstone kind of place. It's honestly more like bingo night at a retirement home where everyone is just kinda grumpy. Just, with less cookies and more existential dread. And I know that is an insane comparison to make, but it really is true. Even the angels, or at least what I assume are the angels, don't seem to hate you despite your attempts to escape. They are, honestly, mostly just annoyed you're disturbing their peace and quiet with your sick skateboarding tricks. And you know what the craziest thing is? It's not the fact that our character is trying to actually eat the moon. It's that the moon is not made out of cheese. I was 100% expecting this to be the twist, but nope. Instead, the moon is, well, made out of moon. So when you get your first bite of it, you're immediately going to pass out. But not before barfing out a truly impressive stream of moon dust. What even is this game? You also might be wondering, why did our character get sent to hell in the first place? And thankfully, there is a handy list. Things like eating on the train, singing 2000s emo songs, watching the same show multiple times, and other such atrocities will condemn you to eternal damnation. So yeah, we are pretty irredeemable. But that's okay, because not only is hell wheelchair accessible, it's also got some banging music playing around the clock. It ranges from chill and psychedelic to some of the most hype boss music I have heard all year. I mean, just listen to how weird and awesome this really is. I mean, seriously. I know skating games tend to have great music, but this stuff really is next level. It is the absolute perfect match for the strange and kinda ephemeral vibe Skate Story gives off. And you know a game is really something special when we've made it this far into the video without even talking about the skating. So, what is the actual gameplay like? Well, my adventure got off to a really good start, because approximately 0.3 seconds after getting control of my character, I had already managed to explode. But once I stopped decorating the floor with shards of myself and started playing for real, I was surprised by how technical Skate Story actually is. At first, it seems like the skateboard is just a quirky way to explore this bizarre world, but no. The skating has some real depth to it. You can really tell someone truly cared because it somehow nails that exact sweet spot between a realistic skating sim and a chill goof around and do tricks kind of game. Your movement has a surprising amount of weight to it. It takes real effort to reach and hold max speed. While your turning circle is so large you actually have to plan ahead, or you're going to eat hell concrete for breakfast and dinner. Not that I would have a lot of experience with that. But to be perfectly serious, I actually really like that. Skate Story could have easily coasted by as a quirky little narrative game, and people would have loved it regardless. But instead, it chose to actually challenge the player, to add just enough mechanical depth to make every long combo feel earned. And that choice really does elevate the whole experience. Take for example the tricks. They are incredibly simple to use. It is literally just a button combo. But each one comes with a rhythm game style twist. You have to nail the timing to get the best results, which is easier said than done when you're speeding downhill. A simple ollie might clear a single step, but if you hit the timing just right, you'll soar through the air like a hawk. Tony Hawk. That was terrible. The game really loves throwing these types of obstacles at you in its faster on-rails sections. And when you really do finally master the mechanics and start to land them, it feels amazing. And to stop you from spamming the same moves over and over again, Skate Story makes repeated tricks less effective for a couple of seconds. It is a very simple but highly effective system since it gently pushes you to experiment and really mix things up. Something that is likely going to be very important once the full game launches with 70 plus tricks to mess around with. My only real complaint is that the timing bar is tiny. Like really, really tiny. It is just a faint white line in a world made entirely out of faint lines. You can probably get used to it eventually, but during the demo it mostly led to me face planting into walls while squinting at my feet. Not the most dignified of looks. And that really is a shame because Skate Story has some awesome boss fights you definitely don't want to miss. The highlight of the demo was essentially a skate battle against a floating stone head that demanded I prove I am the coolest, chillest dude around. It is such a dumb premise, but the game goes all in on it and somehow turns it into something genuinely special. And once again, the gameplay doesn't take a back seat. You actually have to skate well to survive. There is a timer, plenty of obstacles, and real pressure to keep your combos going. I even managed to fail once because I completely botched a big combo chain, which honestly I must admit surprised me, since these days most tutorial fights are essentially impossible to lose. But how do you even fight with a skateboard? Sadly, you cannot grind in the boss's face to wipe that smirk off, but you can wound his pride by pulling off a cool combo and finishing it off with a nice flourish. It is, again, completely ridiculous, but at this point I am completely on board with the madness, because I have genuinely never seen anything like this. But what do you even get for beating bosses, or doing cool tricks for that matter? I mean, souls, of course. We are in hell, after all. Unfortunately, down here, souls aren't exactly a premium currency. The only thing you can really buy with them are cosmetics for your skateboard, which is both cool and also deeply, deeply disrespectful to the poor saps you're trading in. Like, just imagine someone sells your eternal soul just to slap a shiny sticker on their board. I would be livid. I am definitely worth at least a sweet pair of wheels. And that is Skate Story in a nutshell. It is ridiculous, it is irreverent, yet also strangely profound all at the same time. I have honestly never seen anything else like it. So, would I recommend trying Skate Story? Absolutely, and especially the free demo. It is very short, but very sweet, so even if you're not into skating, it is definitely worth taking a bite. It is likely to be one that will stay with you for a very, very long time. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this, consider liking the video and subscribing, and I'll hopefully see you again soon. Bye bye!